Well, hello again. I want to continue comparing the GoPro Hero 2 to the GoPro Hero 6. And today I want to talk specifically about sound. Now, I've never known the GoPro cameras to be great when it comes to sound. Most of the videos you're going to see, you wouldn't want to use the sound that came with that video anyway. For example, when I stuck the GoPro inside a waterproof case and I stuck it in the water and got some shots of fish, the sound that you actually heard was like this. So that's terrible sound. And most of the action videos you see, they wouldn't have had great sound. So most of them have, really loud music that I don't necessarily care for the music that people choose for their action videos. But like I say, it's just this loud music that people put on there. They don't use the sound that came off of the camera. However, GoPro has made some great strides to improve the sound quality that you can get from the newest cameras. Now, let's take this GoPro Hero 2, for example. Okay, so the microphone is, I guess, right there. It's just a little hole, and there's something down there too, and I don't know exactly which one is the microphone, but the sound quality, the way there's digital compression going on, I would describe the overall sound quality as, it sounds like I've got a collection of springs, and I'm stretching these springs out, and I'm talking through the springs. That's kind of what the sound to me sounds like with the GoPro Hero 2. It's much improved on the GoPro Hero 6. Still maybe not as good as just using some external audio recorder like what I'm using now with these Rode microphones. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can do things, and sometimes the convenience of just having the onboard microphones do their thing and not have to set up anything else, that's great. But this Hero 2 was not waterproof, is not waterproof unless you put it in a case. So I can put it in a waterproof case, and I try to talk into there, and the audio now that I'm recording inside this waterproof case, it's not very good. You wouldn't want that. So they came up with what they call the skeleton case. The skeleton case has openings on the sides and also on the back. So now let's try this. We take the Hero 2, and instead of putting it in the airtight waterproof case, we'll put it in this skeleton case. And now that's better audio than it was in a fully enclosed waterproof case. Also, the skeleton case allows access to things like you can plug in video output here, or some external power. You can actually plug in an external microphone as well, but I haven't played around with that too much. Without any special accessories, I thought I'd just do this comparison this way. So now you'll see it even tells you on the back of this Hero 2, there's a little notice that says if you're under 100 miles per hour and you don't need to be waterproof, you can use this skeleton case. If you're going to be over 100 miles per hour, like if you got this thing hanging on the side of your car or something, then even if waterproofing is not the issue, if you're going over 100 miles an hour, they recommend the fully enclosed case. But of course, if you needed to be waterproof, then you got to use the fully enclosed case anyway. So there's one advantage with the Hero 6. If you needed to be waterproof, but you're not going to go too far down under the water, like 10 meters or less, then it's actually already waterproof. And as long as you've closed up the battery door and the other doors and seal it up right, you can just use it as is and go underwater with it. But again, the sound you're going to get from that is going to be similar to what I had with the fishes. So yeah, I haven't tested this one that way yet, but we'll see. What I want to do is, let's switch to a little test I did with my bike. So here's that. Alright, so it should be noted that the purpose of this test is we're just testing out sound. We're not testing out how well the stabilization performance is working, or because I've kind of rigged up mounts for all of these things without really having the best equipment for the job, but I sort of slapped it together. Alright, so it's a fairly calm day, and this is a fairly calm ride on my bicycle. Just a little bit of a breeze. What I'm testing here is the sound quality as I ride. So we're testing again the Hero 2 in a skeleton case to see what it sounds like. Testing that against the Hero 6 in the frame that comes with the Hero 6. The Hero 6 is already waterproof to 10 meters without any special case aside from just the way it's built. And so, as we're judging between these two cameras to see how well they work in a little bit of an action sequence here, I won't pretend to be the most athletic bike rider around. But again, we could be picking up noise from just air passing past the bicycle as we ride. There could be additional wind noise from a little bit of a breeze that's happening. And then there could be road noise as well. Anything, since these are mounted to handlebars, I suppose there could be any number of vibrations from the bicycle itself that are transferred directly to the camera mounts. So you could be hearing any of that. Now, kind of the tiebreaker between the cameras is going to be the Zoom H1 recorder, which I've also mounted to the handlebars on this bicycle. I'm going to try to work with the audio a little bit in the computer just to balance the levels between the cameras and the Zoom recorder. But otherwise, I think this is a pretty fair comparison to find out what these cameras can do just with built-in audio. And then I'll run another similar comparison using the same cameras mounted just a little bit better as I drive around inside a car. Alright. Now on this stretch of road I'm going a little bit faster than I was before, and there's a little bit more of a headwind for this slight breeze that's happening right now naturally. Alright, I've changed directions again, and I think this is probably the quietest it's going to be as far as wind noise. I'm kind of riding with the wind right now. Okay, now let's just walk around the yard for a second and do kind of a selfie test here. And as I'm walking, as I'm going from up there on the deck and just kind of walking around outside. Now listen, do a little comparison between the sound of the GoPro Hero 2 and just a regular kind of selfie test versus the Hero 6 in a similar situation. The Hero 6 is trying to do audio processing to mitigate noise. There's a feature, a setting rather, where you can tell it, no, I want it to just be regular audio, don't try to take care of wind noise. Or you can set it to only try to take care of wind noise, or you can set it as it is now to automatically try to take care of wind noise or try not to take care of wind noise. But what I found when I tried using the Hero 6 in a car, I think the wind noise processing was getting a little confused by some of the road noise and some of the other noises that you had in the car. So I found that the audio in the car was kind of hit and miss. So let's do a quick test, a demonstration of the kind of sound we get just using the built-in GoPro camera microphones in a car. So let's do a quick test now. We've got the GoPro Hero 2 in a skeleton case. We have the GoPro Hero 6 in its frame. And we have the tiebreaker here. I don't know. In some situations, it's better. I don't know. It's the Zoom H1. Very popular and inexpensive audio recorder. So what I'm going to do so that I can concentrate on my driving is I'm not going to hold this in my hand. I'm going to just place it up here by the visor. And that that could make it more susceptible to picking up road noise and other vibrations just from the car body itself. Might be picked up by this this H1 because it's right there. So we'll see. Anyway, let's get out on the road and see what this is like. I'm in a Toyota Corolla that's about 6 years old, so it's not it's not a really noisy car, but I suppose if it were newer, it might be a little quieter. It's just how cars are, right? So it seems like in some previous tests, the Hero 6 tried to process out some of the road noise that it was picking up inside the car. And so it was actually making it sound really strange. I could drive around and talk, and just really strange audio processing until I came to a stop. So if I happen to, like, here's a stop sign, I'll stop at this stop sign, and if I spend a moment to talk right here, suddenly it seems like the Hero 6 is going to give me a little bit different sound quality. And now I'll start moving again, and you know, now suddenly it's going to change what it's doing, and I don't know. So anyway, here I've got the H1. It fell out of the little place where I set it up. So we've got, again, now we're driving just regular driving conditions on a lonely little road in the countryside. Here's the Hero 2, and this is the sound you're getting off of the Hero 2 at this moment. And this is the Hero 6. This is the sound you're getting off of the Hero 6 at this moment. And this is one of the bumpier parts of the highway, this particular stretch of road. Here I am with the Zoom H1, and this is what things sound like when I talk through the Zoom H1 at this point. And again, this is probably the bumpiest little piece of road that I have at this point. All right, let me put the H1 back up here and see how that affects the sound quality. So again, just for the record, one more time, it's the Hero 2, and this is the sound quality you're getting from the Hero 2. It's the Hero 6, and this is the sound quality you're getting out of the Hero 6. And as I'm looking straight forward, paying attention to my driving, this is the sound quality you're getting out of the H1 Zoom recorder. I know that GoPro has some sound accessories. You can actually get some sort of external audio interface for the Hero 6. My problem with that, however, is that I already have a lot of other audio gear, so I think I'd rather just go with an outboard audio device like the H1 because I already have it. So I don't think I'm ever going to test out the audio devices they have for the Hero 6. The other thing about that is that in order to use that audio device, that audio interface with the Hero 6, you have to take off the cover for some of the openings for the side, and that just seems like that's a big hassle, taking those doors off and then trying to mount the camera and worrying whether it's waterproof or whether you need it to be waterproof. There are times when you're not sure if maybe it's going to rain today, and I've got this mounted outside somewhere and it could get wet if it rains, you don't know. And so I just prefer to keep it intact as is, keep it as waterproof as can be, with just standard mounting. And since I already have the external audio gear, just use the external audio gear. And the H1, you could find it for $99 just about anywhere. I think B&H Photo has one that instead of being black, it's blue. It's kind of a baby blue color, and they sell it for $69 just routinely. That's been the price for a long time. I don't know if it's a B&H exclusive. I think it might be. So to think, for $69 you can get a pretty versatile audio recorder, stereo audio recorder all by itself, whereas for whatever GoPro is asking, you get the audio interface here and you still have to add another microphone to it. So anyway, that's my preference. So again, here we are at home base, and the car's turned off. If you're working with one of these older GoPros and you haven't been happy with the sound, the Hero 6 is going to be a vast improvement for you. I think just walking around doing selfie stuff, I think you can just deal with the regular built-in microphones and you'll be just fine. You probably won't need any kind of external gear. If you're going to have it enclosed in some sort of more waterproof case, then something like an external audio device would be great for that, especially if waterproofing is an issue for you. If you already have the Hero 5, I'm not sure, I don't have that. I'm not sure that the audio has improved enough to really make that worth an upgrade. But certainly if you're going from one of these older ones to the Hero 6, audio is going to be one place where you're going to see a major improvement. If you're outside, or even if you're in a moving car, that audio processing where it's trying to take care of wind noise could be a thing. If that's going to be a big issue for you, you don't have to spend very much money for some sort of external audio device, and you can do a lot to improve the situation there. All right, I'll make another video if I discover something else that I want to tell you about.